Hey, mermaids, it's Kelly here from Mermaid Surf School. Welcome to week one of our 6-week surf based yoga series. I am so stoked to kick off week one with this all levels basic yoga flow. It's only 25 minutes long, so I invite you to try and get on your yoga mat every single day this week so you can really start to build a strong foundation and begin to feel better in your body. So when you get out in the waves, you can experience more freedom and joy while you're surfing. Over the course of these 6 weeks, we're going to be working our way up to movements that you see here, like our 2-step surf pop up. It does require a lot of strength and flexibility and mobility to get into this position, especially while you're on an unstable board, riding an unpredictable wave. I will be offering many different variations of this pop up to meet you wherever you're at along your surf journey. Now that you know what to expect and what's coming ahead, let's dive into our first flow together. I'll see you on the mat. Let's begin by finding a nice comfortable seat on our mats, crossing our legs, finding a nice tall spine, pulling the shoulders back, opening through the heart, and beginning to connect with our breath. With each inhale, we can imagine an ocean wave filling our body with whatever we need for this practice. And with each exhale, watching that ocean wave release anything we're willing to let go of as it flows out to the sea. Taking a moment to set your intention for this practice. And we'll begin by flowing onto our backs, extending our legs, reaching our arms overhead, finding a nice full body stretch as we invite these ocean breaths into our body. Hugging the knees into our chest, give yourself a big squeeze. Take a moment of gratitude for showing up on your yoga mat today to take care of yourself, take care of your body, so we can feel more joy and freedom when we get on our surfboards. Release the legs, release the arms overhead. Begin to walk your feet towards the left bottom corner of your mat and your arms overhead to the left top corner in a crescent moon shape. You can cross your right ankle over your left for added support. Maybe grab a hold of your right wrist with your left hand to help you deepen into this stretch. Breathing through the side body. And when you're ready, releasing and flowing to the opposite side. Maybe crossing the left ankle over the right. Maybe the right hand grabs the left wrist, pulling you deeper into this crescent shape as you breathe through the side body. We'll begin to flow back through center as we release. We'll pull both knees into our chest, drawing our forehead to our knees as we give ourselves a big hug. Releasing the legs and arms back overhead. This time we'll just hug the right knee into the chest. Finding some free movements here, maybe coming into some small hip circles. Moving in both directions. What does your body need? And how can you best serve yourself through this practice? When you're ready, using the left hand to guide the right knee across the body into a spinal twist. The right arm can extend out in a T shape to your right as your gaze follows. With each inhale, finding length throughout the body, and as you exhale, maybe sinking just a little deeper into this twist. We'll release back through center. Arms reach overhead, hugging the left knee into the chest. Finding small movements on this side, maybe making small hip circles in both directions. And whenever you're ready, using your right hand to guide your left knee across your body as you come into a spinal twist. The left arm can extend out to your side as your gaze follows. As you inhale, find length throughout the spine, and as you exhale, twisting just a little deeper, allowing your breath to guide you, reconnecting to your ocean breaths, imagining ocean waves flowing in and out of your body. We'll release back through center. Legs extend, arms reach overhead, finding a full body stretch. We'll press into our forearms, bend through the knees, bringing the soles of our feet to the earth as they draw towards our bottom. As we press into our forearms, our chest lifts and gaze follows, and we'll gently begin to windshield wiper the knees side to side. Let your breath guide each movement. And feel free to pause in any particular position that feels good in your body. Pulling the shoulders back and opening through the chest as we flow side to side. We'll press into our palms, lifting the chest, swaying the knees side to side, but this time twisting your upper body in the opposite direction of your knees as you flow. Gazing over the opposite shoulder, finding a nice twist through the upper body and a release through the lower body. Allowing your breath to guide your movements, watching the ocean waves flow in and out of your body. We'll come back through center, opening the knees wide, bringing the soles of the feet together as we arrive in a butterfly position. Allowing the forearms to rest on our shins, finding a nice tall spine. And if it's available, slowly beginning to bring your chest forwards in a forward fold. Really listening to your body and what it needs at this exact moment. And wherever you go, allowing your breath to guide you there. Releasing back through center, crossing the legs, finding a nice, tall, seated position, and then slowly walking the hands forward in a forward fold. Walking back through center, and we'll come into our heart opening circles, drawing your heart towards your left knee, flowing to over your right knee, and then back through your upright center seated position. Moving at your own pace, pausing anywhere that you feel that you need throughout this practice, allowing your breath to guide every movement. Coming through center, switching the orientation that your feet and legs are crossed. Our arms will reach up overhead, and then we'll walk our hands towards the top of our mat as we come into a forward fold. Remembering to breathe, remembering to let go. Walking your hands back towards your body, coming through center. We'll find those opening heart circles in the opposite direction this time. Drawing your heart over your right knee, flowing over your left knee, and then back to an upright center seated position. Allow your breath to guide your movements. And imagine those ocean waves flowing in and out of your body. Coming back through center, arms reach overhead, pressing into your palms, folding over your shins into a tabletop position. Take a moment to press through the shins, spread all 10 fingers wide, find a nice neutral position, and explore some free movements here. Maybe wagging your tail side to side as you gaze in the opposite direction. Maybe you'd like to come into a few rounds of cat and cow. And when you're ready, drawing your hips back to a child's pose as your fingers extend at the top of your mat, drawing your hips back, breathing through the back of the body, watching the ocean waves flow in and out, walking your hands to the left top corner of your mat as you send your hips back in the opposite direction. Finding a nice stretch through the side body, flowing to the opposite top corner of your mat and sending your hips back. Breathing through the side body, flowing back through center, maybe walking your fingertips just a little further to the top of your mat. We'll walk our hands back towards our body, finding a neutral tabletop position once more. Flowing through a few rounds of cat and cow at your own pace. Flowing between gaze lifting and heart lifting as your belly drops, and then rounding through your spine and gazing in between the legs. Always allowing your breath to guide your movements, with the option to start to barrel through the torso. Really listening to what your body needs in this moment and allowing yourself to move in that way. We'll send our hips back for child's pose, walking our fingers towards the top of our mat, and then we'll float through a tabletop, knees, chest, and chin, and into a low cobra. And just like a wave, we'll flow back through tabletop and back to child's pose. Flowing forwards through tabletop, lowering the knees, chest, and chin into a low cobra, and then flowing back through tabletop in child's pose. Continue to flow back and forth at your own pace and in your own way. You can stay in a low cobra or come and lift the chest higher for a cobra position, whatever feels good for you. The next time you arrive in your low cobra or cobra position, I invite you to gaze over your left shoulder, finding a twist, and then over your right, twisting in the opposite direction. Gazing over the left shoulder, and then slowly gazing over the right shoulder. Coming back through center, flowing back through your tabletop and child's pose. Flowing forwards once more, arriving in a low cobra and releasing down to the mat as you extend your right arm straight out to the right side of your mat. Bend through the left knee and lift your heel, and then guide your heel to the right edge of your mat. Use your left hand to support you as you twist through the body. This is a great stretch for your shoulders, your back, and your hips, especially if you've been paddling a lot lately. When you're ready, releasing back through center, switching sides, pressing through the right hand, extending the left arm out to the side of your left side of your mat, bending through the right knee, lifting the right heel, and then guiding the sole of your foot across the back of the body to the left side of your mat. Remembering to breathe wherever you land. allowing your breath to guide you deeper into this twist as you imagine ocean waves flowing in and out of your body with each breath. When you're ready, flowing back through center as we release through this posture, allowing both your hands to rest under the forehead, bending through the knees, and just gently windshield wipering the feet side to side, releasing through the low back. And as the feet sway side to side, remembering to breathe, release, and let go. You can make circles with your feet for free movements here, whatever feels good for you in this moment. Listening to your body, we'll release the feet back down to the earth, pressing through our palms in a cobra position, looking right and looking left, coming into a tabletop position and then sending the hips back to child's pose once more. Walking the fingertips towards the top of your mat as you send your hips back towards your heels. Breathing deeper into this stretch. We'll arrive back into a tabletop position, taking a few rounds of cat-cow or free movements here, letting your breath guide you with every movement. We'll step the right foot in between the hands in a knee down supported lunge. The gaze and the heart lifts as we remember to breathe. Arms reach overhead, cactus through the arms, pulling the shoulders back, pulling the hips back, and opening through the heart. We'll come into a twist, bringing the left hand to the outside of the right knee. Right arm extends behind us as our gaze follows. Maybe closing the eyes for an added challenge, seeing if you can keep your stability and balance. Flowing back through center, arms reach overhead and they frame the front foot in our knee down lunge. Then we'll extend through the front leg and our half split. Breathing into this posture and then flowing forwards in the knee down lunge. Gaze lifts, extending through the front leg in your half split. And flowing back and forth between your knee down lunge and your half split, moving at your own pace, remembering to breathe through each movement, maybe finding stillness in a particular posture, listening to what your body is asking for in this moment. When you're ready, bringing your shin parallel to the front of your mat in a pigeon pose. You can keep your chest lifted here, or for a deeper stretch, beginning to forward fold, allowing your chest to hang heavy over your shin and towards your mat. Wherever you land, remembering to breathe as you watch the ocean waves flowing in and out of your body. What do you need right now in this practice? And what are you willing to release and let go of? Slowly coming out of this pigeon pose posture, pressing into your palms, lifting the chest, releasing your front leg back to a tabletop position. Take a few moments of free movements before sending your hips back to your child's pose as your fingers extend to the top of your mat. Remembering to breathe. Flowing back to tabletop. This time we'll step our left foot in between our hands. Or first you can do a few rounds of cat and cow or some free movements. And then when you're ready, we'll step our left foot in between our hands in our supported knee down lunge. Our gaze and our heart lift. Can you release and remember to breathe? Where can you soften in your body right now? Our arms will lift overhead, cactusing through the arms, opening through the chest as we pull our shoulders and our hips back. Guiding the right hand to the outside of the left knee. Left arm reaches behind you as we come into our twist. Maybe closing the eyes for the added challenge, or just simply breathing deeper into this twist. Flowing back through center, arms reach high overhead before lowering to frame our front foot, extending through the front leg as we come into our half split, and then folding forwards into our knee down lunge as the gaze lifts and the heart flows forwards. And when you're ready, releasing back to your half split, flowing between these two postures at your own pace, allowing your breath to guide you through each movement, watching the ocean waves flow in and out. The next time you're in your knee down lunge, we'll release our front leg, drawing our shin parallel to the front of our mats in a pigeon pose. You can keep your chest lifted for more support, or begin to lower your forehead and chest and chin closer to the mat as you fold over your shin for a deeper stretch. As you breathe, watching the ocean waves flow in and out, taking what you need and letting go of the rest. Where can you soften in your body right now? Slowly beginning to release, pressing through the palms, lifting the chest. Heart opens, and stepping the front leg back to our tabletop position. Taking a few moments to move freely and release through the body. What do you need right now? And when you're ready, arriving back in child's pose, remembering to breathe. We'll flow into a tabletop position, curling the toes under, spreading all 10 fingers wide, lifting the heel or lifting our hips as we come into a downward facing dog, pedaling through the feet, bending through the knees, and maybe twisting side to side as you bend through your knees if that feels good in your body. You can bend through your knees and drop your hips from side to side. Or maybe just dropping your knees through center. Taking what works for you and your body and leaving the rest as you find some free movements in your downward dog. Slowly walking the feet to meet the hands as we arrive in a forward fold, bending through the knees, bringing hands to opposite elbows, allowing the crown of the head to hang heavy, gently swaying side to side. Allowing gravity to do the work, pressing through the hands, stepping the feet as wide as your mat, Bending through the knees and lowering your hips, coming into our surf squat as you press your elbows into the insides of your knees. Pulling the shoulders back, opening the heart, maybe gazing side to side. Remembering to breathe, remembering to release. We'll press through the hands, straightening through the legs, walking our feet closer together, and as slowly as you can, walking our hands up our body. Arms will reach up overhead, releasing the arms down to our sides, bending through our elbows and bringing opposite hand to opposite elbow, grabbing a hold for support as we pull our shoulders back, open our chests, and find a nice strong stance. Releasing the arms, shake it out, sway side to side. This time, putting the opposite hand or forearm on top. You can hold on for added support. Pulling the shoulders back, opening through the heart and chest, and remembering to breathe. Gently releasing, shake the arms out, sway side to side, let it all go. Reach the arms up overhead, bring the hands to heart center, and take a moment of gratitude for showing up today to take care of yourself so you can experience more joy out in the waves. Namaste. Congratulations on completing this flow. Every time you show up on your mat, you're going to feel better the next time you're out on your surfboard, out in the waves. So keep showing up. Remember to check in for the Mermaid Surf Report every Wednesday. Share this with your friends so we can all feel better out in the waves. I look forward to flowing and surfing with you all soon.